Hails and horns, everybody. Welcome back to The Abyss. I'm Matt Zagala. Slightly different video for you guys today. This is an entry for the 500 subscriber contest from the Death Doom Metalhead. Awesome channel. Please, if you have not, go check it out. Awesome content. Really knowledgeable dude. Couldn't be happier for the channel. He hit 500 a lot quicker than a lot of people. So that should say something right there. But yes, this is the entry for that video. And he had two different kind of prizes. One you had to make a video, one you had to comment for. But honestly, I would be stoked to win either one. They both look awesome. But yeah, Liam, here you go, buddy. Number one. All right, the first thing that you wanted to see, question one was all about death. So you wanted to see an album cover that depicts the Grim Reaper. I kind of chose some albums that I was hoping nobody else would talk about. So I had to change formats a little bit. You know, from vinyl, CD, cassette, or whatever. The CD I went with is Maha-Paralia, Death and Disillusion. This is kind of the insert there. Really sick looking Reaper with some very like kind of satanic-y occult symboling there. Really sick stuff. If you're not familiar with these guys, man, please go check them out. They're on Vargeist Records. Again, that's Maha-Paralia with Death and Disillusion. These guys are very, very heavy. Just kind of fast, chaotic, black and death, you know, hints of war metal. You know, there are some slower, you know, doomy elements, barely, here and there. But yeah, really sick stuff. That should hopefully cover your Reaper fix. You can even kind of see him there on the disc a little bit too. But yeah, really sick kind of black death, sometimes war metal-y. Just nastiness from here in the States. Again, they're on Vargeist Records. The question that went along with it was describe kind of a little bit of your local metal scene and your opinions on it. If you're willing to put in the work to look for it, I think, you know, Central Ohio has an amazing metal scene. Lots of great bands, lots of great venues. We have a ton of those little hole in the walls all over Columbus, Dayton, and Dayton area. You know, 100, 200, 300, 400 tops. And we also have, you know, the Schottenstein Center, you know, for like bands like Metallica. They want the big stadium shows, and the pavilion is also pretty good. So yeah, I mean, we have, you know, non-COVID world, we have a lot of great avenues to go watch awesome bands, and a lot of great bands tour through here. But I thought I'd show just a couple quick, you know, local bands for me. That, you know, in the pre-COVID world I was able to go watch. And the first one being Haxan. Not a lot of people really familiar with this project. This is a black metal project from here in Ohio that featured Killjoy on vocals, you know, before he passed away. So that was really sick stuff. Definitely, that's on Hell's Headbangers. Another one, this is Beyond the Veil of Shadows by Burial Oath. This is another kind of black and roll black metal band from the area here. Really sick stuff. Awesome live. I would also bring up Nail Black. They are kind of a modern, slightly aggressive, you know, kind of give that modern Swedish black metal sound, but really good. I think, again, that's Nail Black. One of my favorites from the local scene is Well of Night. Really, really sick stuff. Kind of a little bit of that old second wavy Norwegian sound mixed with some really good melodic stuff. Awesome vocals. Can't beat it. But yeah, I think we have a great scene here. You know, once COVID finally decides to take the piss and get out of here, it will be fun again. But yeah, great scene. Again, your fix for the Reaper, Maha-Paralia. Let's move on to two. All right, your second one here. You wanted to see Sorrow. Show an album cover that features the emotions of sorrow, i.e. deep distress, depression, loss, etc. Again, I went with a CD here. I don't even know if this is pressed on vinyl, but it's a very simple album cover that I think, to me, when I look at it, I've been like, all right, this is definitely depressing, or, you know, something like that. Somebody's given up hope. That's what I see when I look at this. And then again, it's a very simple but yet powerful artwork to me. Yeah, so you just got kind of like a dirty wall there with this haggard little bench with somebody just kind of chilling on it. And just looks like they just could care less anymore. They've completely given up hope. At least that's kind of what I get from this. And also when you hear the track titles, it kind of lends that. And this is a Canadian black metal band. I think they're from Canada. don't shoot me if I'm wrong. Thantafaxeth, I think is how you say that, with Sacred White Noise. Really solid stuff. Definitely really good. I would classify as black metal, but it definitely pulls from a lot of different genres to get the job done. Again, I just think that's a really bleak outlook on life shown in this album cover, that somebody's just really, really fucking given up. This came out on Dark Descent. And, you know, kind of backing up the theory of the cover art and some of these track titles, the bright white nothing at the end of the tunnel. Gasping in darkness, eternally falling, panic becomes despair, lost in static between worlds. I think that kind of definitely fits the bill for what you're looking for. Could have gone in a lot of different directions, but for some reason that one always kind of really hits the feels. I guess when I look at it, I was like, damn, okay, if I'm having a bad day, that person's day is definitely fucked. And your question that went along with that is, tell me a TV show, or, you know, I'm assuming any form of media that brings you to tears. And I am going to get jacked and roasted for this one. But the old movie, what the hell is the name of it? The Never-Ending Story. Just with my personal background, you know, ex-military, things like that. I'm 6'4", you know, I'm a larger guy, and I've always kind of had that protective instinct. I like to look out for people around me and take care of them. There's a character in the Never-Ending Story, the rock biter, that huge dude made out of rocks. And there's a scene in that movie, as silly as it sounds, I know it's a kid's movie, but everybody's pretty much gone. You know, the Nothing's taken pretty much everything, and they go to talk to him, and he's just like giving up on everything. And he's talking about, you know, he picks up his hands and he goes like, oh, these look like big, strong hands, don't they? But yet they weren't strong enough to save his friends. I don't know what it is about that. From the time I was a toddler to now, every time I see that, I'm just pulling one of these. Like, I gotta take a second. I don't know why that gets me, but it suits my personality, I guess. So go ahead and take your stabs. I got thick skin. It's funny. I laugh at myself. Like, after the scene, I always laugh at myself. But yeah. Oh, I'm gonna try to edit that mic slap out. But yeah, there you go. Let's move on to number 3. Okay, so number 3. Little disclaimer. I did have to go tuck my daughter into bed and do a whole bunch of stuff, so I've been hitting a few shots between here and there, so this is the worst time for this to come up. Number 3 is Laughter. Appease me with dark sense of humor and show your worst / most inappropriate album cover or artist. I do have a couple really funny album covers, but unfortunately, like 70% of my collection is still in storage. So I'm going to have to hit the inappropriate side, and it's a good thing I don't have 500 or 1,000 subs yet, because this is really big demonetized material here. But it's an artwork that is so overdone, and a lot of bands use similar stuff, and it's just so stupid in a good way. It just makes me laugh every time I look at it. Yep. My videos, I do disclaim that it's not for kids, so there you go. A werewolf. Taking a little piece of this lady here. This is Black Sorcery with Wolven de Grad, and this is one of the most, you know, jokes aside, or bad artwork, good artwork aside, however you look at it. This is a really interesting band. You might be familiar with my channel. I show The Projectionist quite a bit. Love that band. The vocalist for that band, the main vocalist, is also the main vocalist for this band, Black Sorcery. And this one's hard to explain. Your initial thought would be Black Death, war metal a little bit. But there's, like, say, take black metal, brutal death metal, slam, speed metal, death metal, and roll it up in a ball, and that's what you get with the Black Sorcery. As for a joke, I'm just a natural asshole, so I don't really know any jokes. I just kind of read the room and go. What do you call a person that hangs around with musicians? A bass player?
Hi, I'm Matt Zagala, and I'm a terrible joke person.
On another note, this is kind of funny. This is a project I actually took part in, Vanta Black Scat with Primal Black Noise. I get a lot of questions on the artwork, oddly enough, and this is kind of funny. If you can't figure it out by looking at it, that is actually a paper plate with hot dogs on it. Thought that was kind of funny, so that would kind of save the bad joke. I don't know, but let's move on. All right, well, now that we got that out of the way, number 4, Skulls. Show me an album cover with a pile of skulls on it. Easy enough. I have those aplenty. Again, try to pick things that I don't think other people would ever show. The name of this album is Dark Matters by Sator Malice. And Skulls and Smoke Galore. Very metal album cover there. On the back, tons of fucking skulls. This is off Forever Plague Records, one of my favorite labels and distros to get stuff from. Actually, Liam, I think you would dig this if you have not heard of Sator Malice. All these bands, dude, I'm going to link up along with your channel and your giveaway video in the description. This is very, I would say, raw, slightly raw, second wave inspired black metal, but very doom influenced. A lot of slow, very dissonant, kind of just creepy riffing. Especially the track here at the end, Endless Cycles of Life and Death. Really slow, really haunting and creepy. I think as a death doom guy that does like some black metal, I do think that you would dig that track especially, so please go check those guys out. And the question here that you had tied with that, best band shirt in your collection and why you love it. That one's heavy. I have a couple. Actually, in my storage unit, I have the first band shirt I ever bought, which was a Slayer shirt at my first metal show that my cousin snuck me into when I was 15. I actually broke 2 ribs at that show, and I still have the shirt that I bought there, the sleeves. I mean, there's holes everywhere. The sleeves are cut off. There's actually a blood stain on it. But that's not here, so I'll kind of show this one. And the reason I like this is, one, they're very local. It's a local band, and I think it's one of 2 band or, you know, horror anything related shirts I have that aren't black. It's kind of like a gray. They list it as like an off gray, so it's like a white that looks like it's never been washed, so it's like a dirty cream white color. But that's for Well of Night, and I believe that's the artwork for their demo, if I remember correctly. But I absolutely love the logo there at the top. Well of Night, again, is kind of a second wavy / melodic black metal band from here in Ohio, and I absolutely love their artwork. And that, to me, that thorny logo fits Ohio well. We have a lot of like hawthorn trees, things like that, massive old dead looking trees with thorns. So that one is kind of personal to me just because it really fits the local thing. But hopefully that suffices, and let's move on to the next one. Number 5, you wanted to see sci-fi. Show me a sci-fi themed album cover. I have a lot of really obvious ones that a million people probably have and show. So I went with this one. It's a little darker, a little bleaker, a little more open for interpretation, and I don't think anybody else is going to show this. I believe you pronounce this a Spiral. I'll kind of show the back there. Just a 2-track EP. Spiral. They are a black and death metal band out of Spain. Very raw and very atmospheric. Black and Death, very unique sounding to me. I really enjoy this. I need to pick up the rest of their stuff, honestly, but let's get into the sci-fi part. You can see here we have a bunch of moons kind of circling a galaxy, you know, that has kind of 2 wispy, you know, these little, you know, like outer rim type of star systems and stars kind of wisping around it. Like you can kind of feel the rotation and everything like that. Really cool. It's very bleak. You could take this so many different ways, like it's some long lost galaxy far, far away. You know, the moons are all in alignment for some like creepy ritualistic thing. Very, very cool. Kind of spacey sci-fi type thing. I hope that fits the bill. The question for this is awesome. I'll read it so I don't mess it up. Tell me your favorite sci-fi movie, and I believe you even said TV shows, or why you think they're rubbish. I don't think they're rubbish. I do think Star Trek is rubbish. Star Wars is probably my favorite non-horror franchise of all times. You know, I'm enjoying the new TV shows, The Mandalorian, all that stuff that Disney's doing. The original trilogy, absolutely perfect in my opinion. I absolutely loved growing up with those. By the time, you know, I'm old enough now that the prequels were kind of an afterthought. And, you know, at first I was like, but, you know, the more I watch them, the more I get into those. I really do enjoy the prequels. A lot of people trash on the Hayden Christensen character of Anakin, but I think he nailed it. I mean, what were they looking for? A whiny, cocky, bitchy little teenage punk, and I think he nailed it. But and as far as the new movies, the last three, what was the hell? Force Awakens, Last Jedi, and Rise of Skywalker. I enjoyed the first two quite a bit. I was upset with how they did Luke. As being a fan, I read all the books, so I have all the Legends material, Expanded Universe, all that. So Luke, thank you, Mandalorian, for bringing that one back where it should be. But I enjoyed the Rey character. Yeah, she got kind of too big for her britches, way too fast, but a good character. I would like to see another film or TV show maybe down the road of what she becomes. You know, does she become a teacher, things like that with Finn. I really like the Finn character. I think they did him a little dirty. I felt like he should have been groomed for a bigger role. I don't know what happened there, but loved Kylo Ren. I love the aspect of that. People say, you know, oh, I did it again. Oh, he's a bitch. You know, he didn't get, you know, he got whooped by these people that weren't trained. Yeah, well, he's not a Sith. You know, he's a dark side user who had some training that, you know, it's kind of an unfinished punk, just like Anakin was. But Anakin obviously way strong. Anyway, getting way off track. Anyway, sci-fi, definitely a Star Wars franchise, absolute favorite. Star Trek is poop shoots. Space sim video games, absolutely. Star Citizen, Elite Dangerous, check those out. But yeah, that's it. Moving on. All right, here we are. Number 6, the final one. You wanted to see heavy metal. And I kind of took that as, does he want like traditional heavy metal or just anything metal that I really enjoy? I went with the latter. Show me a band that you would consider heavy metal to me. So I did. I picked one. This band's about to drop a new record, by the way. I cannot wait for this. This is the only material physical I have for them so far. But when I look at this, it just screams metal to me. And when you listen to it, it's just fucking banging, you know? This is Vanda, Swedish black metal band. This is The Devouring Darkness EP. Really sick stuff. And when I look at this, I mean, it's a sort of simple but very cool cryptic metal logo. You know, you got the accent over the A, so you kind of feel that Nordic vibe, which is what you get with Sweden. The D has the pentagram, so right off the rip, you got some blood splatters, pentagrams, things like that, really cool. And you have this kind of angelic, demonic hell scenery, very fucking metal. Devouring Darkness, a very metal sounding name. You got the classic silhouette band photos. What you get with Vanda is just thrashing, old school, kind of first wavy inspired black metal. It is absolutely killer to listen to. Please go find these guys and check them out. Yeah, this, when I look at it, just screams heavy fucking metal to me. And your question along with this one was, all right, so basically you're wanting some feedback for your channel. You know, what would I like to see you change or stop doing? First off, I think your channel is absolutely brilliant. You're a very chill, relaxed guy on camera. You're not all jittery and nervous. I mean, and you explain things very well. And when you show something from your collection, I genuinely feel like it's something that you enjoy and something that you are passionate about, which is rare. I know there's so many channels that are just like, oh, I got this. Yeah, it's really fucking cool. Oh, I got this. It's really cool. But, you know, you take the time to kind of tell why you enjoy certain things, why you enjoy this singer from the band as opposed to their second singer, you know, things like that. What would I change? Dude, you kind of seem kind of hard on yourself. I would take that out. I mean, you seem like kind of down on yourself. Not really down, but, you know, sometimes you feel like, oh, I should probably take more time to do this, or, oh, I talk too much, you know, things like that. And that's something that I've done in the past. And when I go back and look at those videos, it kind of makes me feel, you know, like I didn't do a good job, just because, for one, dude, congrats again, 500. You did it in a really quick time, you know, for modern YouTube, especially with this type of YouTube video. I haven't hit 500, and I've been at this probably right around double the time you've been at it. So that one speaks to the quality of your channel, man. So one, I would just say, stop being so down on yourself. Don't be so critical. There's clearly a lot of people that dig your channel, and I'm happy for you, man. I mean, that's great exposure for you, your band, your family, that kind of stuff. So keep it up. Again, I apologize. About halfway through this, I had to take an hour break. I got a little drunk, but hey, that's how we do it. I've got a lot of stuff going on, so I'm going to cut this video right here, Liam. Awesome channel, man. I am so happy for you for hitting 500. That is an awesome milestone. Please consider this my entry for either prize. So yeah, that's it, man. Cheers. We'll see you soon.